for making grand finals and losing, except for PRX at Toronto, who very recently broke that and are hoping it never happens again. But the collapse we've just seen from them would indicate otherwise. Good starts, momentum, and avoiding those negative voices in your mind.
Yeah, have to avoid it somehow. Run from it almost. It will be Heretics on the attack, PRX obviously on the defending side, and a simplistic start, direct in approach.
PRX playing fully off the A side, looking to retake with a combo. Shouldn't want to do that too often. See what value Jing gets with the wall. Really good for going for diffusers in this spot, but it looks like he just wants to wall off the players in main.
Yeah, something already. Good start here, taking away Woot, and I will be keeping track of that man as well. Self-critical to this point. Miniboo already going to find Divide. This is looking like there's answers to this. And PRX looking for that springboard in. This could be the start, and it's not. Miniboo shuts that down quickly. Already Heretics keeping this strong. Again, it doesn't always seem like a matters game when it comes to PRX. They can go against those odds. Here we go, Heretics looking solid in that post plant.
Really good idea from them as well. They seem to anticipate the retake coming through from PRX, and the fact that they needed to play on site before it ever happened indicates some decent theoretical ideas to the way that PRX want to approach a retake. Nobody got locked off in A main.
And also, kind of leading into this as well, there has been that a little additional touch of time for Heretics to get themselves prepared. For PRX, they're having to rip off that Band-Aid straight away and jump back into the server. Yeah,
I think that can be maybe a bigger mental hurdle to overcome as well, because it's so fresh in your mind. Stingers, regen armor, and again, looking towards A. Jing, without those two slows, probably doesn't want to invest the wall here as well, because it's an expensive piece of util.
Yeah. Double stack back of Gen. See if Heretics can keep this clean. That'll be on the forefront of their minds, but PRX always a threat. Forsaken with a quick reminder, but swiftly shut down. Heretics sweep the site. Looking for that spike to slowly make it in, but Wu taking the space up to that was a belter of a shot. Doesn't quite find much more, but Divide, if you can do a touch more damage, that's not bad at all. No real rest to be found. That smoke already dissipating. This is now becoming more and more uphill. And already watching this stacked up. A nice drive for Divide. He's certainly giving it a solid go, but you feel the Heretics really making sure there's no naughtiness to be had here by PRX.
And here's where the regen armor comes in so clutch, because there's still 3 players that don't have to rebuy in the next round. So this is why so many people are liking this buy. You see it in a flash there from Patman with his Sheriff. We're talking about the heights, and some of the lows, of course, but if you get the best out of these two teams today, it could be another all-timer match, as we've just seen a couple of those the day before. It's just about which version of these teams approaches the stage.
And that's the scary thing, though, is to try and understand what it takes to activate that level between both of these sides. We've seen that confidence lacking with something at times, but the earlier games, he looked magnificent. Arguably some of the best form I've seen him in, but again, those last couple of games certainly hindered that. And then Heretics, hell, we all know those highs and lows, but a solid beginning here from Heretics. Protocol list working well, forcing off something and allowing this walk up.
Pushing something back. This space over towards Tree not being covered whatsoever by PRX. Maybe anticipating an A-pop to be coming through, but Heretics are just being given so much room here on the A-split. Nobody actually in A main. So this is fake pressure, and PRX with now only late around the minute mark starting to adjust and pull 3-4 players in that direction.
It gets rather scary for Patman as well. If he is left solely alone on B, does have the support of the utility, sure, but...
Well, here's the wall that just came out from Jing, so now they don't have to worry about A main, and they might catch the timing to go back and reinforce Patman's position.
It does feel indicative they're very aware of how PRX like to play this, but already penny dropping for PRX. It's been silent, absent of presence towards Ace, already reinforcing this side of the map. But depending on this burst potentially to get them through this choke, pretty hard to make happen now.
30 seconds left.
We're very alone over by Switch. The timing not terrible. 20 seconds. Feeling like I'm watching Fnatic here, but Wu does nicely towards Divide. Patman stalwart towards the back of the side, but now going to be pressured and cleared. That's a problem. That opens up the plant. And now you've already got these post-plant positions working wonders. Heretics, oh dear me. That is a message sent, and a very well-prepared message.
Miniboo getting out to a 6-0 start. When you're looking at players that can really feel that pressure and have the negative voices going, he's one of them. And you get him fired up like this, it's going to do such wonders. That's a nightmare beginning for PRX too. You're on the defense side of a set. playing double Sentinel, and you fail to stop the B hit.
Guys, nice.
Benji's always going to be bringing the energy. You think back to that game that they had these two teams at Madrid. He was in a second. So any one of those on their own would be isolated, but when all three go in together, PRX need to be taking those challenges earlier on.
And a brutal round to come back in on. Obviously, the finances far from pretty, and Minibu so prepared. Catching Forsaken almost instantaneously.
Forsaken and Jing fighting over this area and getting battered was actually what was part of the reason PRX lost this map to Giants. They couldn't stabilize in that game either.
Returning worries, really.
Yeah, but it's not an amazing map for them. It's one where they've been able to get by with this composition. But I do think there have been worries in Pacific about how good they've been on the defense side. It should be a great comp, but they haven't been able to stomp teams on the defense.
In this round, again, we're not expecting wonders from this round. It'd be nice to see them just start feeling out the game a bit, get that kind of, you know, feel of this.
Yeah, it's a good piece of the wall to break there because it stops something and Jing going for that aggro swing. Got to predict them on a high ground setup though as you go around the corner.
Still going through the motions of at least checking towards one, and there's a flying something. Jing will connect, but so far Heretics navigating all these hurdles. They've opened up this pathway, and they seem very mentally prepared for what PRX would be like to be doing, but yeah, very diligent too, ensuring there's no one hidden away. You saw Rien's taking that extra second before the plant, and now with that downtime is on their side, Heretics looking like they're off to a dream beginning unless Patman and Devi can do something rather special here. And, well, looking at the positions, the second he comes around this corner, the firing squad kicks in. Not really relenting either. Very much willing to take a brawl on it.
It's not like Devi can particularly aid him. Door, smoke. Very little chance here for Patman and Devi to be able to do much.
One enemy
And in a spot, if Riens is hitting like that, think back to how he was playing on Ascent recently. He's been a monster on this map. But now, also, Yoruwalt available for Minibu, who's got up to a 7-0 beginning, yet to die. That's going to allow you... It's probably your best ult to be able to use on the attack side. Get a ton of information, run past defensive setups, coordinate with the rest of your team. You can combo it with Rien's ultimate, you can combo it with a Paranoia. This has a strong chance of going 5-0 and essentially PRX being out of the map before it's even begun.
But an investment from something that operates out as early as financially possible. You heard it there. All coming in, Minibu taking a lot of space off this. And PRX opting to try and play close. Okay, Jing, does he get to live? No! Heretics! Absolutely decimating this up-close hold from PRX. Oh, I'm worried. I'm really worried. This will take the wind out of your sails. We're going to need something special from PRX. Get them some life here.
They've got to try to fight over towards this. You'd hate to do it because your economy's in a horrible place and it's the percentage play to save, but then you're down 0-5.
Cover going
I
up.
feel like you have to give one of these a try at some point. Instead, they're backing it up and they don't even get to save Patman's gun. Something scurrying back over towards B. And these are the kind of decisions that kill your confidence.
Absolutely.
If you can't even get into a round, something was trying to get posted on an aggressive line towards B main. And he's going to feel like his team needs him, and yet he had no hope of even being involved in this round.
This is a complete shutout. I'm a little worried here. And it's one of those things with PRX, I do feel they're the against the odds team. The amount of times in that G2 series, for example, PRX would go down a pick, you know, Forsaken might TP in somewhere, he's going to be picked, and then suddenly you'll get a bailout from something, or from Jing. Pick any of the other players, they'll get you 3. You almost have to give them that little extra room to play it.
Yeah, within a round, I do agree that they'll come back from almost anything. Within a map?
Oh, that's different.
Yeah, that's where I have more questions. And my biggest concern here is this play. Because Woot dashing over the top to get that jump on a Forsaken should never be working out. Obviously, you can trade out Woot in that spot, and that's perfectly fine. But Woot straight up winning the duel worries me.
There's a lot of worries starting to come here, because we wanted a close affair between these two, but the ripple effect from losing this map, if they do, or going down at this sort of scoreline for PRX, may nullify all of those exciting prospects we were waiting for, to see the best of these two sides. They've tried to support and supplement what they remained with. Those weapons they tried to desperately drag across still Something with that operator. But Heretics have had every answer so far.
This has to be the round where PRX answer back. They have something posted incredibly deep on this A line. Just as his gate crash disappears, he's going to stay confident, stay posted. That should give them decent information that things are not heading towards an A split late on in the round. Or if they are, that literally everyone is coming through catwalk. And Jing still with the wall, now posts it up, and now you can focus purely on that B split that Team Heretics comp is going to love to try to do.
I do like this test as well.
Cage triggered.
Making those rotations hard to commit to.
They don't even know the wall's there. That's the first that Benji spots of it.
Yeah, 44 seconds and noting it now.
But with something still holding on to A main, I think they can be very confident that you should keep the defensive stack towards B. But remember, both duelists managed to get in before with no problem. So you still have to fight B main.
Sitting back now, 20 seconds.
Same pathing.
Yeah, very similar to before. Exactly the same. Does it work out the same, however? No instantaneous fight over towards this area. 14 seconds being held at the door. PRX finally fighting back. That's the team we were waiting to see.
What a triple kill from Patman. Benji Fishy left with it all to do. Spike down, no chances. Something again is not going to be
better.
Feeling great about his own impact, but he actually was really crucial to being able to keep that stack going on the B site. You see that they put a bit of pressure on Miniboo's position as well. When Miniboo got the teleport into market, there was at least somebody fighting him, a recon dart in his face, spammed through the wall, but it's Patman's triple kill here at lane that is a huge difference maker.
Oh, that is lovely from him, isn't it?
They're still allowing Heretics to actually get into the front of the site and try something. It's a little more passive than I would expect from PRX, but they're getting their macro in the right places.
They do it again. Something. This is what we want to see. Confidence. Take a gamble, take a risk. He's taken a lot of space. That cam, I think it was a touch late, so something does get to strike first. Big scalp to be claiming on Woot, and he gets away. Early man advantage.
That's the kind of play that'll get something into the game. He's one away from getting his ult online as well. The combo with Patman's ult that he gathered after his triple kill on B in the previous round would be lovely for a retake. And the Vice setup has gone fully over the way, so this is a big switch up in the defensive setup.
I just can't die in front of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Deploying drone.
We've seen some of these Heretics players hitting shots, but the test then falls once again towards something.
The ego on the drone?
I think he wants it. Oh, and a missed shot! That's a little upsetting. That's going to sour the mood, I'm sure. But this isn't opening a site. That's taken away one from middle, but it does isolate the two sides remaining, really, for PRX.
It's definitely confident, but in a 5v4 scenario, maybe those are the kind of plays that you could cool down on.
Revealing area.
That's lovely. Fine now. Going to be noted.
30 seconds
Got a pocket
left.
to play from, but Heretics running the court very low. This feels reminiscent near on of Fnatic with the time as it is. Spike now making his way through towards main. We have one on the site. Stunning from Forsaken. Simply better. There's now Boo, the final target, found by Jing. PRX. You can't leave him in those scenarios. Brilliantly handled under very, very amplified pressure.
And they need Forsaken to be doing that kind of stuff. He's been a monster all across the run in Toronto, earlier on here at Champs as well.
Oh.
Probably their best player in the win over G2, for example.
Just controlled chaos the way he plays, standing tall on the front of the site there. Brilliant, brilliant work.
And bailing them out for 4v4 with something disappearing.
This is
now,
gonna be fun.
They've got something and Patman looking to try to get posted on an aggro line towards B, but this is exactly where the Heretics' bodies are.
The ante on this. Got himself a slip forward. Commitment for now, trying to play it off the dart, and a miss, and a death as well. Woot, fast as hell to hit that shot. That's an early man advantage again. Something going down, this can't be a repeat incident.
Couple of rounds in a row now, but that one, a bit of a better chance. And the res, that is
that's
unbelievable
huge.
that he dies after he teleports, and so they get a free res out of it, but he doesn't have a gun, Lauren. The gun didn't TP. He can go and ult and pick it up.
I think he was thinking about it. He was definitely thinking about it. They're going to try and combo the ults. What are they going to do on this?
Well, he's still got the shorty as well, so you can get a pick out the back of that, but they're so close.
This is so risky. Good flash, but the outrun reveals it all, and something just says, screw it, I guess I'm playing in the corner, try and help me out here, do what I can. falls away from it but sees the plan. 45 seconds. Heretics, are you still heading this way?
Forsaken has full A main information right now. So they can be confident again that PRX should be having 3 defenders on B. They've had the stacked site in the right place. You wouldn't know it though because they're 5-2 down.
30 seconds left.
This. You get to identify this as a fake. It's a very late fake too. The TP gets taken over towards Wine.
All on Forsaken.
And he was the one who succeeded before. Last time I think it was 3. Might need something similar than that again. 13 seconds. Heretics got to get a move on. 10 now.
10
Barely got
left.
time to get the plant here. Boo does well to take down Forsaken. Wound in the last couple of seconds. Still doing the damage necessary. Plant's in play. Patman isolates the flank from Benji. So there's still hope here.
A 4v3 post plant. A little claustrophobic, but Heretics in a decent position. Something finally got his operator back. Finally got his operator back.
I'll handle
And now goes for the ult. Gotta try and find these players. Tee up the remainders. Spotting some out here, actually. Boo pinned to the wall. Oh, but what a trade from Rienz. Great back and forth action, but that time is ticking. And I think they might have called it quits on this one. Slowly backpedaling away. Heretics somehow recovering this round. I thought PRX had a really good shot at that one.
And they would have done. But the key critical kill is that Forsaken goes down defending over towards A. We said it was all on his shoulders, and I think he played it fine. He just ended up getting caught by Boo in A main. This, a bizarre interaction over here. But, you know, 2 rounds in a row where something's missed a shot that you would expect him to land.
Yeah.
But as the pivot went over towards the A side, it's this kill right here. Forsaken tries to backpedal, utilizing the steel garden, but just can't relieve the pressure, doesn't have util down on site to play around.
And it's a hard conversation to have because you kind of want something to go for those plays.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
that you don't want him
Absolutely.
to stop trying to make these aggressive opportunities work for them because more often than not they do, but we've had a couple of uncharacteristic misses.
The peek into the drone
Oh, there we
wasn't
are.
great, but there he lands an easier one.
Yeah, simple stuff for him at the start. Forsaken. Be careful, does he get away from this? Paranoid goes in, Woot wanted to hunt, does at least clear out Wine, but high emphasis to clear towards A main.
5v4 for PRX. They need rounds like this. They're on the defense side of Ascent with double Senti. They'd love to tie up the half if they can, and even then it wouldn't be the world's most amazing defense side.
No. And on the other side, you did see Patman there explore B main a little bit, so he has a decent idea. He is calling in the cavalry somewhat. Going to see Forsaken take up the position towards middle. A little bit of an unknown. So just want to ensure. And they still have a good couple of pieces of utility here. And the 3-play stack on A. So I don't know if Heretics will be able to feel this one out.
Late round, the Vice Wall's already been baited. The Sage Wall's going to go down. They'll have the defenders in the right position. Can Boo find that late round B split? It's really tough when your Jet is already inserted A main. You don't really want to go for it.
Forsaken sees nothing.
30
So does
seconds
that...
left.
I think he caught Woot at the very end there.
Ooh. Okay, that's kind of big. So they are still trying to imply this B take, right? They've just smoked off CT. But really, PRX aren't falling for it. They're in the right place at the right time. And now that util comes in just wonderfully. Something seems very aware that someone is still towards main. 10 seconds now. It's do or die for Heretics. You've got to make it go. And PRX's patience might just pay off. 5 seconds for the block going down. Something with a great strike towards Miniboo. Dives in head first. Still trying to operate at such a high level. Leaving just Rienz in a 1v3. Hold up. Turns the flash, gets back to it. Great clear from Devi. That patience was perfect from PRX, standing their ground.
They're really making use of all of the information that they have around the map. They're getting onto deeper lines with some of their players. You know, aggression coming out from Patman like he called out in B main. Gives them the info, especially when they're in a 5v4 scenario. Yeah, he just called that glimpse on Woot towards the end. And when you see the Jet over there, it's just so unlikely they're going to be going into a B split at the end of it. I think Boo maybe even would have wanted to had they not left Woot there early on.
That's the first time I've ever seen a stand sit on the side.
Vinny, it's got to be a different experience coaching this squad compared to Fnatic, who love those crossfires, love those bumps.
Unstoppable team. That potential is there. So it's always curious to see that balance. And as you highlighted, that discipline on the site. A rare treat. And certainly could put Heretics on notice, hence the timeout.
Well, here comes an ult combo. You've got Miniboo and Rienz set up to win another round just based off this dimensional drift into Hunter's Fury.
Here.
think he was seen. Yes, they've absolutely seen both players now. Congregating towards Market. How do they deal with them? Woo trying to take the steps in, but changing up the pathing just a touch, not towards Switch anymore.
They got the site completely for free, so now Riens can even save this ultimate to fight them. Probably going to use it as PRX go for the retake.
Ooh, look at this three-man walk down middle. This could be very, very nice. This puts Riens right in the crosshairs. I like this from PRX. Every single angle, every single approach. Nice shot still from Riens, but a great trade from something. Now it makes Heretics feel pinned to this site.
And there goes the ultimate. Benji's going to have to dig himself out of a tough position.
It's all about timing. He won't get to live if they time this right, but this is everything! Benji gets away with daylight robbery on one, but something is there for every single trade so far. Booth, though, standing his ground, making sure they can't scale out.
No way.
This is outrageous from him. Oh, you talk about confidence! 8 HP, and he's doing that!
The time as well was just ticking so low. It's a great play from PRX to go and pressure the flank, knowing that Riens is going to be playing around there, but too slow on everything that they're doing. Benji even playing outside of the range of the recon dart, just dealing with these players one at a time, ended up taking too much of it. What a freakish performance in the chaos. We were just talking about PRX being the spin to that, but Woot, not too bad himself.
Let's go.
That Turkish duo at the top of the table for Team Heretics.
This is getting a little bit scary for PRX here. I think, again, trying to still the nerves and be brave in the face of what could be a dire scenario, but Heretics then picking up the pace. It's straight up the guts. All is there, though, this time. We could have the 1v1 divide. You fancy it? Yeah, you do. There it is. Killer Instinct talked about. Device certainly got his own. Fancies it.
Good punish on the overconfidence. Woot triggering the wall, but putting his body in front of it. Devi recognized it as soon as that cloudburst came out. Jing's walled off Cat as well. Maybe a little early, but at least it reinforces. Recon going to catch Boo. Do they go for the peak?
Surely, something would every day of the week, right? You're seeing that little bit of hesitation, a slight difference. But information had, and enough to put them off that B-site approach.
And they're also already up in a 5v4, so that's, you know, credit to him not taking too much of a risk. You don't need to go high risk, high reward in that spot.
And how many times have we said, how many times does it get brought back to these 4v4s or even advantageous scenarios for Heretics with that overstep? It's maybe just the right dose of discipline. That wall, actually no, excuse me, the slow comes in now for PRX, hindering this burst through.
30
The late
seconds left.
presence from Boo could be curious now. That could be a challenge they didn't expect. Maybe Boo's going to note this, but gets found by Jing. Again, this patience, this deeper hold on the site working so well as Boo. Okay, I had to take a pause there. That felt a little too scary, but PRX showing some real depth of discipline here.
Yeah, the way in which they're controlling A main with Forsaken is allowing them to play those crossfires onto the site. I think that, aside from the rounds where Team Heretics have overwhelming ult combos, PRX have actually stabilized here and figured out a style that works. The only problem is that they went down 0-5 to begin on their defense side. So they're going to need an extraordinarily good attack, whether or not they win here in round 12.
Well, the bar will be set high for PRX, but can certainly achieve it. But for Heretics, a broken purchase here. Simplistic in stance and eyeing up the A site. It's Forsaken. In a curious spot now. Does he get a reward? Because I don't think we've cleared this. He didn't. But a mess made. Forsaken. Sorry, can someone look at Forsaken? How has he gone away with this? But Boo's at the back of the site. It's all topsy-turvy. Pure chaos from both sides now. A 3v2 advantage Heretics. No plant down yet. Weapons now recovered. They're back in business. But something has something to say. Miniboo isolated away towards A main. And now the plant committed.
This is where you need to see all of that pressure being applied.
Oh, but Benji. The safe pair of hands for Heretics, holding on now as Batman, the last one to stand. Great pickup here. Find the final two. Not gonna happen. Heretics maintaining dominance on the half.
Incredible performance from them. Great idea of how PRX were going to play. Great combos towards the end. Good utilization of ultimates. Fast pops. They could be very happy about this opening. And usually we'd be talking about PRX being down and out, but they did recover a 4-8 half against G2 just recently. So maybe it's still possible.
It certainly could be. I believe we have a treat as Lou will be standing by with one of the PRX family members in the audience here. Everyone turning up now. You don't want to miss this.
Nice! Let's go, guys! Nice!
Elsis.
Yeah. And I think for PRX it can be Forsaken when he has a big moment and pops off.
Okay, we go back into the second half. 4 rounds were claimed by PRX. It was a quiet beginning, but at the end they certainly looked much stronger. On the other side, Heretics, though, staking a good start to this. 8 rounds is a lot to sit on here.
We know what the B exec looks like for PRX. Jing on top of the box, ready to wall up.
If we do, you got to hope the Heretics do as well. But the blind is great there, actually, forcing them away slightly, and they seem very prepared for that wall. They're not getting the same sort of start here for PRX, looking for opportunities that aren't being given.
Yeah, well, they realized that there was a 4-player stack on the site, so now they've got to bail away, but they didn't leave anybody as a lurker elsewhere. So now there's a mad scramble over towards Cat. You just hope you don't lose someone to Wu on the cross.
Okay, Wu gets a couple of tags, but nothing to really write home about. Something trying to stick around, but...
Are they going back? Are they going back into Devi's insert? They can hear these footsteps of the mad over-rotate from Team Heretics. Devi has space.
Back and forth we go. There is still util in the way and a chance to be made for Wu again. How many times does he get this fight? He still loses. Forsaken, Jing, bounding in. Man, for Heretics, they thought they were in the right place at the right time. There's a whole pack of players for PRX just prowling around the map, looking for anyone to take a fight.
How Forsaken gets value like that from the jumping right clicks over and over again.
10 seconds
It reminds
left.
me of them playing Corrode against G2. Now in a 4v2, Boo and Benji with it all to recover.
Cover going out.
Sheriff with Boo. No paranoia though, just the smoke.
He's been hitting.
He has been. He's been sharp today. The close double stack. Looks very good to hold. Jing and Devi, really great work there, but absolute chaos across the map.
Yeah, excellent cancel call though, once they realized that Heretics were anticipating the B-pop. And like you said, if we know what they're doing, Heretics are also going to know what PRX's B exec looks like. But when Jing took a little bit of damage and they realized there was 4 players there, scuttle over, leave Devi in B main, go back to him afterwards.
Guys, thank you for listening, thank you.
So that sounds like it was Devi's call to send it back into B. You need that distributed IGL network to support Forsaken.
But also, I love the fact we're talking about praise there. It's there for PRX, right? Just say, thank you for listening. Thank you for being on board with that call.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, nice to see. And at this point, you're going to look at the purchase coming through for Heretics. It's very weak. Obviously, just that Sheriff. And on the other side, pretty well rounded. Only going to be Devi and Patman down on the pistols. Everyone else sitting relatively well.
Like I said, PRX did actually manage to recover a 4-8 half with the sides the same way. They got the 4 on the defense side, and then they ended up getting 9 rounds on their attack against G2 here. So it's possible, especially when PRX get into their flow state and barrel you over. This round, Patman pulling attention towards B, which is the gamble, and PRX are looking to end on an MTA site. So shouldn't be too many problems here.
This looks quite clear-cut. Good reads from PRX so far. Good approaches. Heretics taking a couple of gambles. Don't mind it. Might as well try and make something happen. I want to see if PRX can keep this nice and clear-cut, build up those finances, and something of Forsaken certainly doing. That is Boo to answer back, but by now it is a PRX shutdown. Clear, simple stuff, and something getting involved, building that ult up nice and early.
I love the way that Devi uses his Vice Flash in spots like that. He saves it as a post-plant flash, puts it on a back wall, and then as the retakes are coming in, it doesn't matter what map it is, bang, it pops, and you can just fight with it all together. He gets so much value out of this pick. But here's the round to decide whether PRX can start applying serious pressure to Heretics. Woot with only a judge to work with. We're talking on the desk about who's going to pick up the op. Is it Miniboo? Is it Woot? Moment, they just don't have the finances for it.
Waiting with bated breath here, really. Miniboo. Thought about a glimmer, or a glance. Down middle, but thought against it. Already early work to clear out the utility. PRX making no subtlety about this. It is their bonus. Well invested, however.
PRX on the defense were trying really heavy to get information towards A main and B main. And that's why you see them on the attack side trying to push those opposition rivalry players out of these spots. At the moment, Boo's still with some good info, but it looks like he might get challenged early.
Boo's traditionally quite good at this sort of position. Very nice at kind of calling when to sit back a little bit deeper, when to fall off this, when to challenge on that space.
Yeah,
Going to go in.
he has been pushed off. It's a good re-smoke. They are missing flashes. None available here for something.
Pretty rough for him now. They're going to be playing at the back of the site, though. Top right box, Paranoia goes in, and Heretic's playing a little bit disconnected from sight, but respecting the smokes. I want to look at Woot. If he does decide to go for something naughty, he does. And there's the counter swing as well. Woot does that well, but it's Jing to ping Miniboo right to the back of the site, so they've given themselves a path forward, but it doesn't feel secure.
Left.
Well, PRX are just going to try to take fights now. You're in a 3v4. Get the plant down and see... Oh my god, the reposition from something. Well, he's gone all the way over to Cat. What a risk. Pays off.
Yeah, he lives for these moments. Heretic's got to be calm under pressure here. Even in a disadvantage numerically, PRX feel like they have a bit of an upper hand, right? This feels scary now as that time begins to tick. They've got to make a move, but mostly passing through Heaven. Kind of isolating and kind of denying something a trade forward, but Woot just bounds in, barrels in. Something now can be shut out of the round here. Door can be shut in his face. What are you meant to do? Nothing. Heretics. By hook or by crook, pathing incorrectly there, avoiding the trap, something being disconnected.
It's a bold play to go for in the end. Players on site can't hold on against Woot. It's a really nice play to punish Forsaken, anticipating he's going to teleport into the hardest spot. And then clearing Jenny with the judges, really nice. And the dash across to get info, close the door. A great round to stabilize things here for Heretics. They still don't have an op online, but they'll start getting their feet under them economically. And put the pressure back on the attackers. Yeah.
Something still 2 away from ult, 1 from Forsaken. It's not exactly the most imperative, but let's see how it looks now. It's pacey, something. Oh, there he is! I said, just those glimpses of what this man can do every now and then, but a fast fight found towards Miniboot. Each space gained. He's applying more pressure.
Nice usage of the clone there, trying to take a fight forwards. And Woot jiggles, sees Forsaken. Both players giving a little bit of respect. Woot actually with the confidence to get back on the angle with the one-way. So it's still gaining a lot of info for his team here. He's actually over pushing this maybe even.
But does PRX even consider that? Absolutely not. Forsaken none the wiser until now. And he loses out. Woot does very well there. Almost playing too far ahead, but it's going to get them something. But look at something's positioning then. Talk about unorthodox. Scaling through CT, but a good trade. Boo's still going to do damage, but PRX taking the back roads towards the site. The support's on the way, but it's still going to be Woot isolated and alone. He has to stay alive. And for PRX, they'd love to get him out of that position.
Yeah, Divide can't challenge this alone though, surely. He does and he wins it.
I can't believe he's gone for that. And there's that post-plant flash you were complimenting before. Benji looking sharp on the pickup, bending Jing, he knows. The Batman's here as well! And they've got to know where Divide was. But a 1v2, Divide always capable, always dangerous! Divide with a Red Bull clutch! Reminding you exactly what PRX can do.
What a round from Divide. He takes a solo challenge in against Woot. If he loses that, that's the round gone.
It's wraps.
And Benji is the weak player. He swings out and picks off Rians with a perfect headshot. An immaculate round played. Relief. And maybe even a tinge of frustration actually there, despite the round one. But it keeps PRX in the game.
But they needed that. We talk about it, right? How many times will they get bailed out by a multi-kill, some confidence, some flair? The PRX way working in this round to keep that gap from extending too far.
And now you see the Euro ult available.
Time to jump.
I think a lot of it might come down to tight spacing. You've got an opportunity here to combo it with the Paranoia if you fake a B-split and then go back over towards Cat. We'll see what Forsaken's got in mind.
Miniboot, you are outnumbered out there. You spot some of the util being placed. So a touch of awareness. But it's something still posted up towards Pizza, so it's certainly not an easy challenge. And you can see Heretics respecting this. They don't fancy it at all, right? Sitting deeper towards side, not even playing from switch.
Time to jump.
Here comes that ultimate. Where's it headed? Looking to try to put pressure onto those B anchors.
I've never seen a team exploit mid this much, right? This deep as well. Looking to pincer towards that B side. TP gets taken, he wants to take it towards that back B. But still, there's losses on the way. This isn't comfortable. Something they want to find Miniboo, but They did lose out on Jing.
They've walled themselves off from being able to go back into the A site now.
seconds left.
Can they go Cat maybe? But then you'd have to go through Woot.
Oh, that's how you go through him, apparently. With surgical precision from something. And now he wants to catch the rotates, keep him locked in here. They've manipulated the map so well. The spike on the way and something's still firing. These are the glimpses. This is the team that strikes fear into your heart. PRX looking back to business. But the way they're getting to these sites, man, is wild.
It's crazy. Most teams there, and you saw it from Heretics in their attack side, are going to have a game plan off barrier drop to just Yoru try to take some space, set up a really common play with it. Instead, something's trying to take a challenge, a 1v1, with ult in hand over towards Market, and then they go through into spawn and wall off. I mean, it's unusual pathing. Maybe it's something that Alex and Mini have cooked up specifically for those dangerous rounds, because as a defender, that is not something you're anticipating.
Right here.
You're ready for the more common ideas. That is such a weird one-way. What on earth is that from Boo?
I don't know.
I mean, it's one that you could imagine them fighting, but you're looking at it and your alarm bells are going off.
Surely they think something's a bit weird.
All right, well, that's a more common one.
This is where it gets tough. Boo really wants in on this fight, but Woot already had to back away, unable to synergize on this.
He has been a hero already in big rounds for Team Heretics.
Here.
And he's the only player that's really got any danger. PRX know he's here. Some of the rounds where PRX have been punished in these anti-ecos is because they cut Noise re-hit into a stack. And it does look like that's what Forsaken might be calling for them to do again. I'm not saying it's a high chance, but Woot will be given a chance.
Almost mirrored on both sides. The Outrun, I don't think, going to really crest through and see too much. As PRX continue like this. Heretics just holding the firing squad ready on the other side. Smoked off for now. Flash comes in and they scurry. They try and vanish for just a moment, but something they can find. Re-ends! Where did you just get that? Riz comes in, it's emergency. Call the cavalry, call the support. Patman barrels in, he wants some. Leaving just Woot alive now, 1v2, 2 bullets. Oh! He's seen him. Jing spotted, 13 seconds. Woot's still alive here, but Jing, known for these miracles, brings Woot down to size. He's going for the plant. This is outrageous from Woot. Massive impact. You said he's a danger. He absolutely is.
That is an unbelievably good round from Woot. And Rian's also being able to pick off a couple.
How did you get this?
Oh my god, it's a Kalat in A main. That's disgusting. I think Alex and Mini will be horrified at the call, though, to go back into a full stack like that. You see the frustration there on Alex's face. It is something that PRX frequently go for, and they offered a chance where there was no need for one. And now Mini Boo gets up in hand, looking towards mid. And they're challenging Woot again out here.
This time he wants to stand his ground, though. Does the
Paranoia.
dash. And will take a step away. But an early fight found. And they've been able to control the space, but the PRX having a look at the other side now.
If something's able to pick up an ult orb in B main, you've got another really good combo that you can run. This could be the round where you go back to that B exec.
They're going for Device? No.
This round seems like it should be about the Sovas. Can Riens get a good defensive ultimate off before Patman can get in?
Well, here we go. The Kings of Chaos are on the way, and they've got themselves a good opportunity on this. There's the combination of the ult coming in as well. That's going to put them under pressure. Forsaken flies in. It's something to get the reward of the kill, but Benji, still alive, gets his gun back out, but the site is cleared. This is magic from PRX. Hold on, Woot. Not again, right? For PRX, they batten down the hatches. They don't let this happen. PRX. Lovely adaptation on the fly. Investing in Device ult, and it works exceptionally well.
Yeah, much better decision actually than going for the Yoru ult. That one really worked a treat. And they pinned Riens into sight. You see the amount of pressure that this guy's under. When he's in a great position to anchor, it's normally on the other side of the site, back in a comfortable position, taking shots one after another over towards lane. In this round, I would have liked to see him sat back more towards spawn to get value out of the Sova ultimate. But that round, well put together, well thought out, and PRX, despite losing...
This has been PRX step by step in this back through, right? They've actually tied this scoreline up near on here. One more round. What am I seeing in middle? Just... Okay, 4-man stack. And it's worked, at least for one. And then look at the damage on Forsaken. Luckily, Jing's still alive. He's going to be able to hand off the heal.
It's a
Scary
really
start.
Yeah, it's a really nice eco idea. It's putting the Marshal with the Sheriff so you can get a body shot and just wipe a player out immediately. There's a Marshal Sheriff that took down something. And now it's swapped hands over to Benji Fishy, but the whole of the B site now Forsaken.
Yeah, this is
play
nice.
the rest of his team in.
That feels dangerous, but they should be able to find stability here. Chip, though, getting curious, has the door in his way, but the plant should be now in, so the time will be on PRX's side, but everyone's going to be locked into this side.
Just about hitting shots at this point for Heretics if they want a chance in the round. Boo goes and recovers a Vandal. And I'd want to give that over to Woot. Woot has been electric.
I'm with you on that, and it looks like he might be. He gets the chance to. Devi is ice trained on this. So if they go too far, that barrel may show. On this. So if they go too far, that barrel may show. There it is. Just a pixel out of place. And PRX holding this down. No opportunities given. A little danger at the start. But it's been quelled swiftly as discipline kicks into effect. PRX bringing us back to 10 apiece. Showing this grit and determination they certainly have in droves.
In terms of feeling confident, there's nothing better than a comeback to get your mental in a good position. The pressure is now on Heretics, and you might think the PRX of the team at more risk of a mental collapse, because you just saw it yesterday, choking that 9-1 lead against Fnatic, losing 12 rounds in a row. But remember that Heretics themselves are defined by their incredibly coin-flippy gameplay, and those losses in big grand final spots. They'll have to rally, and Woot now picks up the off.
PRX starting to feel like themselves again, look like themselves again. All here for something. See this commitment now. Trailing in towards the A site. Now, Curiosity peeking. Ooh, speaking of peeking, almost too many targets in middle. So Woot's going to be the one to draw blood first.
There's a great advantage of playing the double duelist. Can they get another punish onto Patman?
This time it's a little bit more isolated for Woot, though. He's in a bit of trouble, and something going to compound that. They've come back for the fight.
Oh, what a bad decision from Patman there. I don't know why he takes that engagement.
It felt like desperation, but they're the ones who brought this back to 10 apiece. Great combination on the ults there. Jing is in trouble. A 1v4 required. Playing towards heaven. He's got all 4 players coming his way. Owl drone thrown into the mix. He can't stand as Heretics, given the fights they wanted in middle. I'm surprised PRX fell into that trap.
Yeah, I think obviously with something trying to bail Patman out at the beginning, that all makes sense. And then Patman re-swings to try to take an engagement here. Goes super deep out onto Catwalk. You're hoping that he could just catch people off guard, but like you said, that plays completely into Heretics' hands. The double duelist comp on defense wants to fight in mid, wants to lean on the incredible rifling.
And just for clarification's sake, that last time out, it was Heretics. We were sitting there going, there's no way. Well, it wasn't. It was Heretics trying to get themselves back on the right page, because look, you can see that timeline. Only bits and pieces, 3 rounds this half, but they're still just in the lead. A quick reminder for PRX to keep that mental fortitude in the right place, and for Heretics that it's not over yet. A slow and steady march back for PRX, though. Woot looking to try and be confident here.
Both duelists holding hands, making it feel possibly like there's only one of them there. Miniboo, as he leaves, inserts Woot in position with the op.
Woot might get a challenge on this. They're coming back around. The one-man stand against 5. Ult gonna come through. He is alone. He gets revealed. He has to fall off this now. He tried to stick around as late as he could, but it looks like the flood's coming nevertheless. PRX at the door. Oh! Ariane sends him away. Stunning shot, but something still headstrong in approach. But there's the burst from Forsaken. Battering down 2.
That is such a sick TP play from Forsaken, and it's still a 3v3. Woot could do damage here. PRX have taken a pause, trying to be disciplined, trying to bait Boo into a fight. Woot could be a legend here if he's able to pull it off with the op and the knives.
But he needs his team to keep them funneling towards him near
30
on, get that
seconds
support right, but they want to fight on CT. The right choice made! That's Forsaken! Wanting to get 5! They've got a great idea where Woot is, and they're leaving him stalking the final prey. Can Woot survive? He cannot under the pressure! Forsaken! 5 kills! Tying up the scoreline!
He's got incredible aim, but what always impresses me about Forsaken is the creativity with what you see him do. How is he here? Look at that! He's in such an aggro spot. Throws a smoke that blooms out on market, gets the TP into it.
He got it, great!
God, that is stress on the face of something.
Calm comms, man. Calm comms.
But Forsaken with an ace to get up close to the top of the scoreboard. Something's having a good game individually.
This is tense stuff, and Heretics trying to find any means to stay alive here. The plan's been seen, though. Woot could be left alone. Doesn't bail out, and PRX push forward. Head first here. Boo standing in their way, but only with a classic. It ain't much to try and stick around with. Gives them a passing bit of damage, but it's really in the arms of Woot to do something about it, and the door is shut on him. PRX. I don't know how they pulled this one back, but they certainly have. It's looking like 12 to be carved on the board. A clean fight found for Miniboo, though, but down on 5 HP now. No trade, but still barely breathing.
This is where you're looking for PRX not to overheat. And Woot, if he can, will try to drag Heretics through with his Bladestorm. Again.
How much can one man do? We saw it in the hands of Forsaken just last round, but Woot needs to kindle some of that magic himself. There's that flash. Gonna connect, but Woot the first man in, finds a man, drops him, looks for the follow-up, can't do it! PRX pushing up to 12 after a disastrous first half, have recovered and then some here.
That's the grit, that's the mental game that you need to see coming out from them. Brushing off. The greatest players always have short memories when it comes to matches.
It's true.
You can't allow yesterday's match, even the previous map, to affect how you're playing the moment in front of you. Heretics, though, back with rifles in hand. No ults to speak of, particularly, and Divide one away from a Steel Garden, so pressure is going to be massive here for the EMEA squad.
Back to business for Woot, living life under heavy scrutiny, but will back off from this, but it looks like PRX want to scale fast. Wait.
It's a lot of noise. Divide offered a kill. Playing off a cam, perhaps. Rian's trying to take the angle.
How's he got 2?
That's ridiculous.
And now, options are plenty for PRX. This is their canvas to paint it how they want.
But Divide falling, that was the big ultimate that PRX had to work with. So he does a great job of being able to pick up 2, don't get me wrong. But now, they might just have to try to take guns out against Benji Fishy. He is weak, 45 health, and all of the responsibility on this side of the map. He must be a hero.
He's done it before, but this has not been one of his highlight games. This is a lot, and that is a quick death. Maybe a blessing at this point. But PRX doing everything necessary, over deliveries by Divide, but we'll take it when you get it. Boo and Woot, no option but to fight forward now.
Trying to put the finishing touches on a round here in a 4v2.
So close. Woot, a great performance, but great may not be enough against this team. PRX looking to right their wrongs from that previous series. To get that mental, to get that confidence, to get that danger and fire back again, but Woot steps in, bold with the first, but he can't follow up, so now Boo with all to do. 2 players at the time is running low. He knows his options are limited, but he's going down swinging. 2 bullets and a prayer is not enough today. Map 1 is PRX.
On defense after having a really good attack side. So if he can pick himself up again here on the entry, maybe he can wipe away those thoughts of elimination. There are 3 players in spawn.
Yeah,
they are simply rotating off noise.
That's madness. Just waiting for the go signal, which is towards A. So actually worked out quite well, understanding maybe the simplicity of this composition. That early TP is in effect. They are surrounded on all fronts. Heretics walking into a massacre. PRX, right place, right time, and absolutely landing everything. This is going to be a horrific wake-up call for Heretics. Again, the caliber so high here in Champions. You don't get rest. You don't get easy rounds.
It's just a perfect anticipation as well, isn't it, of exactly what Heretics were going for. If it was a B hit, you would have seen those 3 players in spawn go over towards where something was playing. Instead, something dives through the teleport and puts pressure on Heretics. Woot with it all to do. He's been fabulous, but you're never winning in that spot. Just never winning. PRX had 5 players ready to fight and a gate crash over to B if there was a pivot in the mid round. There's util, there's spam.
Oh.
You just can't get
There's
through
no
this
way out. There's no way out, man.
Once you've been hard red like that, the pistol round is over. And it's a bad start.
It's got to me! Woohoo!
Bad start for a Heretics squad who are playing on their opponent's map pick. A map they're not great at, not super comfortable on. And it's for their champion's life.
Talking about understanding tendencies and kind of getting those sort of reads. I mean, he's watched Heretics a long time now as well. Very acutely aware of what's coming in, so maybe some of these little concepts we sat in the pocket there.
I think, too, this comp feels like an APAC comp. It
does.
feels like a Pacific comp. So I think that's an area as well where PRX are perfectly happy playing against that kind of style. If it's all in, if it's not very much slow and defaulting and baiting them into overextending, they are great in defensive spots where they can just run at their opponent.
It's almost the PRX plan, right? In a weird way at times. No one can do it quite as good as them. And look at this again, just another opportunity to go farming.
Spike down A.
Bloody hell, if this is how it goes. It's too early in the day to be witnessing stuff like this. It ain't past the watershed. PRX, man. What are you doing to him?
That's the second round in a row that Heretics have tried to get out through showers. Just been met with a barrage of utility, so no go in that scenario. Heretics were actually focused a lot more on B execs when we last saw them play on Bind. So maybe just trying to mix things up early on and work off the fact that they think PRX will have done some anti based on that last match result. But they've got to get on the board here. And it's dangerous weaponry. You see something with the Judge and the fights that PRX take, I am always worried that they can get huge value out of picks like that.
There we go. More standard start, right? Default out, take your time.
But not actually going up B long. Or even using a Prowler to put pressure over there. The single haunt being used has pulled Pac-Man over in this direction. Weakened the A site slightly, but it's not like Team Heretics are putting presence too far forwards. Here comes a defensive Prowler, goes through Garden and over to try to check the spot that Benji's watching towards. And only now Heretics go for the creep up, contacting, trying to find a fight.
You can't ignore Hookah, right? Because that crossfire will kick into effect, even if it's the Judge there.
They can smoke it off though. Boo's still with 3 to work with. And then Benji can go really late, but it's very dangerous.
Okay, now it's starting to split back across, looking like a 3-2. And the Curiosity killing Divide there pretty much. Maybe wanting that information. As something has to play into the corner.
Oh,
No. This could be a disaster. And he's waited. He knew there was a fade nearby as well. It is another massacre again. Heretics can't get past any choke point at all. They are being strangled out of this game.
That's an incredible blunder from the most consistent player on Heretics. Rienz will be kicking himself that he didn't put the Prowler into the corner properly there. That's the whole purpose of that piece of utility. And something with great patience. You know, Alex was saying that they are nervous out there. But he doesn't look it. He looks composed in a spot like that. It's a rare mistake, but a devastating one.
And something even Len Rienz know, right? Standing up, telling him. Could shake a lesser player. And Heretics feeling iced out here, right? You've not had a glance in. It feels like they haven't even been able to get towards the sites particularly. Locked off by Shower. Locked off here toward B. And something time to take strides here. A show of dominance. An outstay is welcome, but has to be cautious. Still a threat to be found, even in this round. Stingers, Sheriffs, Looking for an opportunity and a body to drop. They've got it. Lovely clear. Finally, Heretics looking like there's a fire underneath them.
Throwing caution to the wind there. Miniboo jumps into his own snake bite, lucky not to get punished. Somehow, in the chaos, coming away with 2. PRX not ready for that.
Batman's here pretty quick, though. He's going to be watched on the drop down by Wood if he does go for it. Trying to send out the C's. Doesn't quite get a catch. Still a lot of players dedicated towards site itself. Prowler, the Horn, all coming through. So PRX feeling like they're getting closer, but they still got so many bodies to try and play this through with Jing. Flies in, it's fantastic, but Heretics still holding on. The back line holding this time, turning the MasterCard Thrifty in their favor.
They needed a round like that, and I think they did just throw caution to the wind.
Yes.
The way even that Rian's peeked over towards Fountain was almost like he wanted redemption for the mistake that he made in the prior. He just swung it with a Sheriff, desperate to try to take a fight. And like I said, it's a bit weird the way that they even engage there. They throw the smokes for frontside control, Miniboo goes diving backwards, but they're on a different page in terms of how they want to take the fight, and it still just works out because they're brave about it. Because they hold W against the Kings at W Gaming. And something's got his operator in this spot. The Prowler broken.
He's still going to be present on the site. Has to fall back a little, but not a lot. New line gathered and a new body to be dropped. Takes away Boo from the equation. Smoke's now limited, if not none. This is a problem to be had. 3 players locked in towards long. A pop flash to go for it, and they fancy a look. They fancy a chance. And Divide just bullying. PRX suddenly looking lethal as ever.
Don't stop.
The util to be able to set that up is also remarkably good.
Super sick.
It's Devalu's on the cutting edge of it, but there's a flash haunt combo, I believe, up over the top. That is just perfect for them.
Oh.
The C's on top too. Double assists off the back of Device 2K. And they stuff Heretics over towards the teleport. Jing was itching to go through the sand crunch with his showstopper too, but he saves it.
There.
3 rifles for Heretics to try to make something happen in this round.
I'm a little bit worried. The Heretics are just going through the motions here, man. This looks a little bit lackluster still.
Well, they've got great opportunities here. You know, Rians can take away the audio cues and Wu can spring out with a shorty. But no, Forsaken just sprays down 2 of them.
He will not be moved. Wherever you go, there is a brick wall of defense. Get your 5. The crowd calls for it, and Forsaken will not get it this time. Benji putting up numbers as best he could. But this is 5-1, and Heretics looking shut out.
Forsaken loves taking those aggressive fights over towards short. And he's just putting in a little bit of spam, anticipating that they were going to go for a short pop, and he's so right. I mean, look at it from his perspective.
Oh,
He's just gifted those 2. On the most common line that you would spam down, finds the perfect timing, and Heretics run into the bullets. I think the only advantage there, the only silver lining for Heretics is that they didn't burn those big ultimates. They were about to set up
sparks of exactly why they're such a scary side. For Heretics, it has to start now.
their ult play execution was really nice on the attack side of Ascent Heretics. They got a huge amount to work with here.
Oh my god! Speak about confidence, he flies off the rip. Patman wanted to be involved in this, but now it's just ults on, ults on, ults, and Patman, can you live? Can you survive? No. Dead and buried in the site, looking open, looking available. Investing those ults correctly here. Trying to take that space towards backside.
Divide goes for a peek, what a timing!
Oh, and a follow-up! No way are they getting away with this one! Boo trying to hold things together! It's just pure chaos!
What an insane teleport!
He's still here. Something still around, and
Spike
Heretics
planted.
none the wiser. They do not know where something is. You can see the hesitation, the caution. And he waits for just a moment, pausing, letting that moment stew, and the information now is there. Something. Oh! You almost felt it line up. For Boo staying alive, but Jesus, did that take everything.
Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, Heretics relying on the ult plays to be able to get themselves into a situation, and then PRX do the most PRX stuff of all time, trying to fight instantly to disrupt, and then taking timings through smokes. Divide just finds the best timing he possibly could there, and something tries to TP into his own team's Brim ult. See if he can find a 1v2. That's a sick round to watch. But crucially, it's the footing, the toehold that Heretics need to keep the game competitive.
But it's a climb, and they are not stepping down yet. Something goes finding further, but Boo, again, backbone here.
He's been rock solid when his teams needed him, actually, across both maps. He's not putting up the biggest numbers, but he's been important for them when it's mattered.
Absolutely key.
PRX have locked off short, so it's going to be much more difficult to head in that direction. Still fade ults on both sides. Patmen taking a look quite passively, actually, at the moment over towards B long, but still with full fade utility to work with. Not really anticipating Heretics, perhaps, contacting up, but he's holding.
Oh, it's a fine angle, isn't it?
It's a reaction test.
Prowler forcing him off the slightly deeper line. Step back, falls in for the crossfire. Has to win the 1v1. Forsaken's got his back. Great reveal. Now getting handled, the flood coming his way. He's up for the test on the first. Passes were flying close, but swarmed in the end. And a consideration of the ult, but they feel that maybe they could go for something better. There it is, Benji going for the optimal if he could with a spray. It's not bad from Jing, but unconfirmed. There's Devi in all of this. Jing trying to keep all of that attention. Devi does get handled again. You talk about critical kills. Boo is doing this again, finding these key ones that basically swing the round, almost bookending this. As it looks like Jing's options are here to save.
And Heretics are finding more value now over towards B. We saw them go for those kind of showers pushes earlier on, but the default into the B finish has been the thing that's now working for them.
Yeah.
Starting to run out of these massive ultimates, though, that have been crucial to getting the rounds on the board. Jing, can he keep an op online? I think he'll be able to save this one easily over towards Cave.
Oh, but you talk about necessity for Heretics. These couple of rounds have felt hard fought for too.
They definitely have. The entry's in. I'm interested as to how Forsaken even gets this opening kill. Oh, he's playing out in front of the smoke, so he knows that Hookah's going to get smoked off and steps out onto the box. Yeah. He's so good at playing around those kind of situations, but he still gets caught in the midst of it all. It took everything, though.
Oh, it did.
Yeah, you're utilizing...
Cycling ults, man.
Yeah, basically every ult available. And so now, as things get a little drier, a little more even, maybe favor back in PRX's side.
Something still hunting with these early impact kills, but he's got that deep line to sit on. They can play off that if they fancy. Even the Haunt to be added in for good measure.
Throwing out his clone and putting it through the doors over towards the teleport. Again, PRX here, now that they're on the deep B line, and getting the stack in the right place over towards A. They're worried. They are worried about showers. That clone making a lot of noise over there.
I'm worried about Jing. That position, you feel he's good for a few, potentially.
Notice how nobody is really taking space in short, because you're concerned too about Forsaken spamming and just getting a couple freebies.
Well, that's a sign of presence. 3-2 split, perhaps. So cautious here, Heretics. Don't really have that get out of jail free card with any of these ults. Still have Brienne's, but that's about all they've got here. Aggression noted towards Shower. Horn goes in, it's commitment time, and it's Patmen today! Who's getting the double? Who's getting the triple? PRX, always right place, right time! And Heretics look stumped for an answer.
That 4K from Patmen comes out of nowhere, man. What an insane defensive setup. Team Heretics was so cautious and so patient getting themselves into position. He gets Woot in the midst of that. That's mad. Woot already had a TP set up towards default.
And it's scarier when they're having fun. I know that sounds silly, but it's okay. There's no weight on their shoulders now. They've got that first map behind them. They've got a bit of comfort in that. They're playing well together. This feels dangerous if you're Heretics. Hell, you only had to look at the scoreline to know that. But again, the tension looking like it's been relieved from PRX now. Forsaken did do nasty business down here before, just on the preemptive corners, but he's been hunted. He's been caught this time.
That's a better dodge.
With Jing unchecked on. Oh, he still does so much damage, taken away too. 3v3.
But those are guns given away and an opportunity now for Heretics to reset. They've got an open B side, but they could just slow the tempo down. Something goes diving in and dies to Miniboo. That's another opportunity given, and Heretics really can now slow down that pace. You don't need to barrel forwards. You just ease up the tempo and make Patman and Device sweat and worry that you've lurked your way in. Really nicely called tempo shift there from Boo. After a good double dive with the duelists, I was worried in the previous exec that they just walked out showers again. This time, taking that space down short and jumping on top of Forsaken very quickly.
Shut him out as fast as possible. Did get worried that Jing was going to be getting more than he did, but he brought it back into a reasonable range. And again, you're looking at the shields here. It's only really Miniboo who's got that light shield beside him, so Boo and Woot a bit vulnerable, and Devi gets the operator. Trying to work this one out here, and cresting this corner, he will have an opportunity. First, missed. And a chance and a new lease of life. Devi going back in for seconds, and Miniboo's on the case. Patman couldn't quite make it there in time to complement that clear. And a 1v3 is a lot to demand, especially in these positions. Heretics would be absolutely fumbling this if they let it drop. Patman trying to path toward an isolated player.
Probably anticipating the Boo's going to be playing off the molly back here somewhere. Instead, it is his younger brother picking things up over towards Market.
Oh, he's being given nothing.
Yeah, Batman got a 4K in the previous, but here doesn't even have an opportunity.
Really
Team
nicely
Heretics
called there from Heretics.
Yeah,
though.
Team Heretics comp is so much about the ideas that you bring. And I think that's one of the reasons why DRX have been so excellent with it on their attack sides, because they are a theory-based team. They come in with a lot of set plays. This is one of the first that looks great from Heretics, right? It's an eco-round idea where they jump on top of the Lamps player who's going to be playing that angle a bit more aggro. They're in with both duelists really quickly. Viper Wall separates off any crossfire that would be coming from Pocket, and then you can isolate Jing for another kill as well. If they bring this level of creativity and theory into their other execs, they might still be able to recover this half.
It's not over yet. We are asking them to operate at such a high level consistently, and the money's still here, and Jing still feeling aggressive. This time handled, but a trade out. Forsaken trying to just get away. Stim barely getting him at regular speed, but he does make it towards backside and safety. And a 1-for-1 trade out, but Patman is taking space.
And this is a very deep push. Trying to abuse the fact that Heretics are running these defaults over on the A side. Boo versus Patman.
Talked about critical kills, and Boo has had them in droves now. Handled again. Great find from him, very diligent, but it doesn't mean you still have access to the sites.
Don't like that walk up from Woot as well when you know that you've got space over towards B. Maybe he was going for that anyway.
Something's beating them to the rotation, though. He's in position. Fantastic find towards Benji. He doesn't even know how close he is to being another killer. Something, though, going to take the space with the shorty, play to that smoke, and the expectation is there from Heretics. Something keeping this space secure. The ult from above, Boo might just burn alive. Has to try and fall away, but Forsaken going to claim it with the ult, leaving just Rien's to try and keep this one in their hands. No Horn to try and hide behind. No help on the way. It's a pure 1v3. And this is a horrific scenario to try and get out of. But Forsaken, how many multi-kills is this man going to get?
It's a sick round to get PRX up to 7. But it starts out here with both teams trading their duelist. It was a good punish on Patman too. They realized that they had an open B side. Maybe another opportunity for Boo to slow the game down there. But he decides to send it onto B. Send the plant as well. On the defense side, Heretics recently won on Bind because he was sticking those diffuses, putting his body in those situations. Now he's got an ult to play around, and Miniboo can be a playmaker. If he can land a saturate, get a dash, play his ult, Heretics can still make something of this half.
It's 4 implied to begin down towards Sand. 3 in actuality.
I mean, that could be a sicko Waylay ult, but Miniboo doesn't go for it.
Could you imagine? A lot of bodies, though, to be noted early here. Those footsteps will have been heard, so Heretics might be on red alert, but still on approach here. Straight through long. Oh, Jing.
Heretics still defaulting, though. Not looking to end B just yet. The risk is that Benji is going to walk straight into this op. Something is on such a deep line.
This shot, but information.
Only on a lurker. It doesn't really tell you too much when you don't see a duelist or the fade.
Oh, Divide. You can see the curiosity. Rien's calling in for support here. And it takes a lot to take one down, but you'll take that at this point. 35 seconds, they need a way in.
The ult from Wu can give them information on where to put the waylay. And they're actually leaving it. Yeah, complete fake. And something's left his deep line.
It's on Something who's been having caught there. Wu couldn't get away. Something playing a safer line here, a little bit more passive, just trying to hold that security for the rotations. They're going to give up the plant on this unless they have util for it, and they don't. So they're going to come in. They try and overcompensate and play backside. No, they're going to play security. Miniboo, though, going to find one. Goes for a big swing, but it's Rien's to tip the scales in their favor in a 3v2. Going to need something to land a couple here. Just a shot goes astray. Benji backpedaling towards showers, and security looking like they've got some really good positions here. Lovely from Rien's. Something on 21 HP. He's given them some magic before. He's not being given much now.
Hold on. Bulldog in hand, it's not the best weapon for the job, and Boo's trying to make it much more difficult with the molly down there.
Oh.
I don't think this one's going to be possible.
Heretics, they've had to pull out all the stops here, man. This has been a very hard fought for just 5 rounds. Something tries to finish with a flourish, but 7-5 is competitive here after what felt like an absolute blowout of the beginning.
I think they did a good job of recovering that. We're worried about the mentals of both of these teams, and I think you can start to feel a bit more confident about Heretics. They've got another half, though, where they'll need to pick things up. To be able to win in those spots.
It's a little bit of a scary combo towards the top. Patman, Forsaken, Jing, all looking really sharp on that first half.
And a big difference in terms of the pistol success rate too. PRX, they've been better in the tournament. They dominated Heretics in the early pistol round 1. Have they got a good game plan here?
Wait and see, won't we?
Early Prowler allows Benji Fishy to stay on a more aggressive line, and Miniboo's confident, wants to try to take a fight, wants to do a bit of spamming, but as he reloads, PRX walk up.
And look how close they are already. Forsaken, Jing, both towards site. This is a lot to handle, but it's Wu to then pick up the mantle, take over and find 2. And Benji back there in the space, playing towards the spike itself. Wants to put his body on the line for it, but Wu the bodyguard, disallowing any further steps from PRX. Pretty much held on this little short walk up.
Really sick round from Woot so far. Benji loses that duel to Device, so an opening here for PRX, but the spike down in pocket still. A flank coming through from Boo, and if he falls, more danger.
Yeah, Woot's the danger man, sure, but Divide didn't take that much damage, still on 70. And Batman seems so acutely aware there's a chance of this flank.
Boo's playing it great though, just containing.
Doesn't need to do too much more. You should be able to put it somewhat safely in the hands of the 2 there, and then slowly squeeze as is needed, but they're still looking for this kill. They'd love one. And Boo now on the tap of the spike will move closer. Lovely reveal. That was absolutely fantastic. Can't say enough how well that helped things.
It's Woot's flash as well that sets up the horn, can't be broken. And Woot, at every point here, excellent. The way that he trades out to great kills. Certainly they hadn't realized the PRX were that deep. You're bang on with that, but Woot's there, using Miniboo as a little piece of bait.
Let's go.
And Miniboo's happy about it. So a pistol that they desperately needed, looking to try to tie the game up. And this is tension.
Oh yeah. Start feeling a little bit of that heaviness of the game again. For PRX, we saw it in kind of that first half as well, how I guess the levity of the situation coming in a bit more, feeling a little bit, you know, having fun almost, kind of kindling some of that.
They were singing and dancing.
Yeah, calmness and happiness. This might remind them that it's not quite there yet. Still a bit of threat. This normally opens up 2 potential rounds and re-ends. Catch Jing near on for free. And away we go.
Of course. That is a ridiculous use of the refract. Well, Miniboo just applying pressure there to the Sand people and trying to see if he can get a little bit of information.
Yeah, Defy really the only danger man you'd imagine with that Sheriff. Everyone else just down on Classic. So, by all rights, Heretics should be able to keep this clean. It wouldn't be the first time we've seen something go astray, though. A couple more seconds on the Haunt being back into play.
Yeah, well, I mean, Heretics have only got 2 people here, and Miniboo's going to have to have big value. Doesn't have his Saturate to be able to play around anymore. They need a bit of assistance. And PRX are getting a lot of value out of walking up behind Devi's wall.
Yeah, they've made it pretty far at this point. Playing towards Tribox and Shower, and I don't say giving up the plant, but it feels like they are. So something waiting, Forsaken waiting, Miniboo, blind reward. Forsaken having to try and save them, but by now I think we know it numerically. This becomes improbable, if not impossible. Devi, make me a believer. 20 seconds. He's still got a man on sight. Oh, he doesn't anymore! And maybe I am a believer now. 13 seconds, the plant will be here.
10 seconds left.
Given away. Second time of asking, 1 bullet. All he had to play with in the Stinger, forced to hit this plant now. Benji closing in. This is looking lethal. 2 bullets to the Sheriff! A desperate attempt, a brilliant try, but not enough today.
Damage done a little bit to Heretics' economy. And I think despite the losses early on here in this half, you can see that Forsaken's got the read, the coaching staff of PRX have got the read that Heretics are going to want to play for retake. Because you're right, they're getting free plants down. They're getting that walk into front side of A, and they're being able to set up for a bit of post-plant aggression. So I think PRX are prepped here. It's just about the execution. It's just about finding those moments where you can surprise a Heretics player in backside, whether that's A or B. This round, though, critical. You can't allow a bonus round to get put up by Heretics, because then PRX, all of those nagging voices are going to start
Again, a little louder.
thinking back to Lotus.
And that's the one that's on the horizon, isn't it? I know a lot of us would love to see it. Almost feels poetic if we get there, but an opportunity to close this out in 2 for PRX. Good purchase here. And the bonus for Heretics, far from pretty.
3 players stacked up towards B long, but they all leave at the same time. A little strange. Boo comes back to try to pick up this info. Ooh. A chance for Jing to punish.
Notoriously explosive player as well. You've always got to be on your guard if he's nearby. There's Devi looking sharp as well from that previous. Got to be feeling himself after that. Even not in the conversion.
They're looking to try to push back Boo and Riens in these positions. There's a little bit of short control for Heretics, but not enough to go for a sand crunch here. I should be fairly safe.
Third man now in attendance towards B. Rotation called over. See how this looks. How's that pressure? Jing. Usual pathing, usual scaling. Caught by Boo. This is getting dangerous though. Pac-Man on the fight back. That's lovely. Held off towards long. This gets dangerous. And look at the corner Boo is playing in. Are they still clear? They absolutely do. Great prowler there. Just ensuring the first missed, but found in the end.
All committed. They really want to win this. 4v3. Looking to try to scrap, but now sitting back a little, allowing PRX to sight. They can play the player advantage retake.
Certainly can, and with weaker weapons, you have to take all advantages. Backs to the wall, PRX normally come out swinging.
Aggression, initiative.
Always the plan. Forsaken waiting on this corner. Not alone, but Boo still worth his weight in gold. Takes one down with him, but it's Devi to double down. Trying to secure what looks like a dangerous round, and Pac-Man with a rather uncharacteristic miss there. Finds himself in the cubby, but a quick made crossfire.
One enemy.
And that's lovely from Devi. Lovely work from him in the last couple of rounds, showing truly fantastic form.
And that piece of post-plant aggression is what you need to see from PRX too. If Heretics are going to allow you to get the plant down and they're going to play for advantage retakes, you need to stabilize that advantage by actually making a play yourself like this. Pushing through, finding these couple of kills on longer sight lines where the Vandals are favored.
Nice. Oh, thank God. Do I hate it when they do that?
Heretics, though, they had to wait for Miniboo to come all the way around on the retake. Now they've got rifles. Jing with a judge. Got to create a game plan around putting him in lamps or something, don't you?
You'd imagine, right? But what the hell is this beginning? No, that fell far too short.
Well, the flash just wasn't good enough there to set Miniboo up. It's an idea. I'll give him that.
Doesn't mean it's a good idea. There's now a man to the good for PRX. They'll take that as a beginning. Bold look into an 8-7 lead for PRX. 3-man stack. Are they looking to kill Pac-Man here?
Oh, the perfect timing. They know now that he's retreated. They'll be so fast on the flank. They're giving it away, though.
I thought they'd be a bit more subtle with this. If anything, it spurs PRX on now, and Boo looking vulnerable. He's trying to keep back the flood on his own, and Pac-Man very aware. Great damage, good sees. This is exceptional, but he does get cleared. The security found on the site and the plant in play. It's a 3v4.
Dropped.
Oh, Boo! He was just trying to play his life for so long. Eventually found him. The remaining two seem obvious, but Woot still sharp as ever. Trying to do what he can to recover what feels like a lost round. 3 more targets and a very little amount of time to play with. Yeah, Jing noted, but that's it.
Something aggressive, confident, already on the flank, up through short.
Oh, they're not even going to be thinking about that yet. They've got too many problems right in front of them, but the danger was always behind, and the crunch should be here. Riens cannot do enough. PRX, brilliant here.
I don't quite understand what's going on with the Viper ult in the post plant, but all good. PRX handled that very nicely. This early play just wasn't enough to try to set Miniboo up. It's maybe just straight up unlucky there, that something is tucked so close to the wall he doesn't get hit by the flash. But they weren't particularly subtle with the triple push out through sand.
Big tiger.
When Pac-Man spams a little bit into hookah and then you don't see him, I think you can have the read in that spot that you just contact up and take the fight against him, but...
Especially there's 3 of you,
yeah,
right?
they flash pushed out just in case there was another couple lingering in that...
No ults to bank on.
Right here.
Where will it come from now?
Right here.
I think these are the spots where you're looking towards... I mean, they've got the Marshall Sheriff idea playing over towards Showers, but my eyes are glued onto Miniboo because I think this is the spot where he needs to be taking a couple of liberties and trying to get his read on the game.
See if he's up for it. Frustrating probably in the last round, so has to get himself back on the right page. Playing on that corner. Looking like he's ready for this too.
It can be really difficult to proactively play the Waylay on defense. It's quite easy when your opponents are coming into you.
Okay. Luckily the Warp not going his way, so he does get to stay on this line.
That's his own saturate.
Ooh. Not great.
Back over towards A. Boo and Woot still out here with that Marshall Sheriff combo, but you can't really get the value through the smoke you're looking for. They need rotates in fast.
They're getting there, but it is going to be slightly behind the curve now. And spray and pray ain't going to be answered. It's Riens only landing one back. Forsaken up at the helm, but Woot does well. No, it ain't over yet. As Heretics fighting tooth and nail for this. Everything they've got. Benji desperately doing this himself if he has to. The Forsaken found. Heretics, miracles answered now.
And what a play from Woot, man. Finding that value from such a tough position, played in his teammates. And PRX just got stuck. It's a disastrous opening, obviously, but the recovery was immaculate. Jing, blinded up by Woot, wanders into the smoke for a free kill on Benji. Benji then picks up a rifle, just as Forsaken drops one and picks up the Marshall.
Let's go!
Those are the kind of miraculous rounds, a MasterCard 50, that get you back into games like this, because it swung the economy drastically.
That's all it took. 1 round and it's game back on. 9-8. No rest for the Wicked here, as PRX asked to do something similar. Right back to Heretics. But as you said, that pendulum has swung. Money, much better now for Heretics. Maybe confidence too.
Bring them down.
I think as long as PRX don't waste some of their ultimates in this round, though, they'll be straight back on the horse. You just can't allow the moment to get to you. Of course, if they get an opportunity to really hammer things home, then fair enough.
Well, it's fine margins, and Jing wants in. He's found the body. Takes away Woot, but Rien's quick on the trade. Does have the help from Boo here from up above, and the rotation coming through from Miniboo. This isn't an isolated effort anymore, and stall on the plant.
Benji still has to stay over towards B in case there's a pivot through that teleport.
They want this. A pre-take near on, and it's worked wonders this time. Miniboo and Riens fighting back for the site. There's something looking for an upgrade. Gets himself a Sheriff as Forsaken still alive. Mr. Multi-kill so far. But Heretics should play for the post here. Triple swing. Great call. Great discipline. And now we're back at 9 apiece.
Every time you think you might see a mental collapse from one of these teams, The resilience is actually the defining factor. The comeback in the first map from PRX. Here, the confidence from Miniboo in a spot like this. It's an anti-eco. He still goes for the aggressive play that his team needs to set the others up. Gets a pick off the back of it too. A reminder, Miniboo only got 2 kills. He went 2 and 12 on the defense side of Ascent. And now here already with 4.
See if they can answer back. I think I'm with you on that, though. When it came to the gun rounds, they have looked very, very solid. Good ideas, good approaches. That grit, though, for Heretics, keeping them very present, especially in the scoreline.
I want to see PRX when they get into sites, not focus on getting the plant down too much, because Heretics have got crazy plant denial. Take the fight, take the extra step further, and try to engage the Heretics players.
It's a rare day. You have to encourage them to go aggressive. It feels like it's normally very much in the DNA. It would be nice to see that little bit deeper fact-finding.
Oh, and they've got the ults to play for it this round.
Right, something. Searching deep on this. Still 2 players on the site, so it's certainly not a free take. Something's got to be careful. Ult comes in. Something. Back with the boys. We're trying to hold the line from backside, but it's Heretics trading in 2 for 1. Site still not secure and plant certainly not down. Boop, just trying to stay alive through the smoke pretty much. Passing each other like ships in the night. Forsaken a little bit deeper than maybe they'd expect, but he can't do anything with it. This time something in Divine left, looking vulnerable. Easy to find, and Heretics finding stability in the final rounds here. 10-9 now.
They're controlling that aggression really nicely here on the defense side. PRX, though, they go for that additional layer I'm talking about, but as they flash, the smokes are still up, so nobody gets blinded by it. And the synergy they're going for with their ultimates, well, Pac-Man didn't catch a single player in the Fade ult. They didn't have the info to be able to put that in the right place. It didn't set up something for the pick.
Come here again, stealing my kills.
So not the perfect execution there from PRX, and you see the frustration from Alex. They've offered an opportunity for Heretics to get back in this game.
He also said in that interview, there's been the right ideas, it's just been sometimes the execution of them that's been fallen short. Sometimes it felt like, again, that was the right idea, but the execution just off. Now we see if they can dig deep here.
Yeah,
I love this from Miniboo, though.
They could do with some magic, couldn't they?
Oh, they need a bit. Ooh, Miniboo caught a little asleep at the wheel there.
Well, he had to
Many
check
targets.
Yeah, he had to check multiple angles at once.
Benji's down on 5 HP. This is giving them a real chance at this. It's scrambled. It's chaos on the site, but the spike is left alone in showers. They can't get out yet.
Poison's on.
And calm before the storm. So close to one another, and it's Forsaken to strike first. And this is the brawl they were looking for. Jing finding Boo. It ain't over yet. No security to be found here yet. Woot re-ends the last 2 alive. Didn't expect it in this round.
Jing's done incredibly at controlling lamps. Showstopper online as well, but no health to work with.
All 3 here. Woot, how much you meant to do? That's 1. Takes a bit of damage. He's right. Oh, he's absolutely right. Something. What do you have for us now? You'd love to find someone, but you've been found yourself. And the options looking dreary, being herded, put into a corner, but you can't do that to him. Re-ends, close by, ready to be the one to take 1 step further. 11 rounds now for Heretics.
I thought PRX had done it there, man. I thought that they'd managed, with that 2K from Jing, to take control that they needed to get the round out. And Woot somehow, as the Prescience just expect someone on that corner.
It's this.
There's so much damage, but it's this kill right here. Does he
See him? Yeah, there's just something there.
Oh, that's mad. That is absolutely mad. He gets the pick he needs and it opens the floodgates. Rifles back, but attack timeout.
Now,
a 4-player stack to start the round over here for Team Heretics. Maybe just setting up for a flash horn at the beginning. Though it looks like Woot wants to take a peek. He's always got that gate crash to go and help Benji.
there's the flash, there's the horn. Going to give away Jing's position, but it mostly just gives Woot this deeper line, but it feels readable potentially.
I think it might have been an anti based on the fact that Jing likes to go down short with the showstopper. They might have been trying to put pressure early on and just make it a bit more readable. Jing doesn't really have the space now to go for that A exec.
Feels like they're putting this together. They're figuring out the plan, but you still have to deal with Woot. Dangerous on the corner. Pixel spotted. He's hunting it down. You can see the temptation, but forced away.
And now Jing's got that space to try to go in, but Forsaken calls them back. They've still got a double stack in Hookah to try to deal with. Could be Divine making this call. We've seen him with some mid-rounding that was super impactful early on. Map 1. This is tough, though, to break.
Yeah, it really is. And it looks a contact piece. Knows his lines, but in the grave, nevertheless. Rien's comfortable on the corner. And the cavalry called in as well. Rotations on the way. Prowler up long. Something trying to outstep Benji. Ain't gonna happen. Forsaken, though, still alive and still a threat. Pop of the ult. Fights back on another. Benji's dead. It's a 3v3. But Miniboo getting interested. Traded out. Blow for blow, these two sides. Plant is in. Time on PRX's side.
Have to wait for Boo. Boo booking it to try to get into Hookah as quickly as possible. But that opens opportunities for PRX to go walkabouts. They're very separated currently. If Forsaken gets a pick, though, he has ult online, and the round is almost impossible to defuse.
They done enough. PRX done enough here. Heretics running low on time, have to make a move, make a chance, and Jing called upon to potentially save PRX here. Around the houses we go. Oh, the Woot lives to fight another day as Heretics push on to 12.
He's been the best player in the server today, Woot. He's been absolutely on fire across maps 1 and 2, but that is a tilting way for Woot to win that. The wide swing onto Forsaken, and Jing has the jump on him.
You need to shoot my head, bro. You need to shoot my head, not butt.
Oh. And all of that levity, the singing and dancing from PRX when they were up massively in the first half, it's got to be crushing out there. They've just lost 5 in a row. And going into Lotus, everything's stacked against them right now. They need 3 just to get it to OT. And it's Heretics who are the ones being proactive, making the moves and winning the contact duels.
The dream they've been running on might be turning into a nightmare. PRX having to face their fears now. Close on the line, trying to get the timing on the spam. Gets curious, gets ahead of it. This is confidence aplenty, dangerous choices. But the right call and the right timing to fall away. Jing, bold in his approach, but then going to be marked, going to be noted here.
There's a massive pit as well. Waylay grabbing a ton of information and setting up Woot on the line.
Oh, it's falling to pieces for PRX. Getting no access here. Heretics in full control.
They have to go back into Benji Fishy's ultimate.
There. Last place you want to be going. What other option do they have now? Trying to clear the site as they go. Rien's putting down Divide. Just 2 left alive, and Heretics showing signs of life here. In a rotation, but a prime position for Boo. Can he secure it now? Patman still standing, but merely for a moment. Lifeline gap.
Hasn't been feeling confident in his recent matches, doesn't really know why, has to fix it. Well, this might be your final hour to do so. PRX all the pressure on early, but they'll have gone over that game. They'll be feeling good about the adjustments.
Start. PRX though, making no quiet steps towards C. Happy to be loud about it.
One of the things they were self-critical of was the fact that they were going for so many just off-round execs. Go take mount control, immediately go C. This time, they go for that C default, but then open the door. Pressure anyone who might be pushed up towards B, like the Chamber. Leave Divide to get info on the opposite side of the map. So Forsaken's got more options to work with, options to go towards A, to pivot through that blue room.
But this is a dangerous man to be going towards. Early spot, doesn't stick around too long. Goes that next step.
Trip here to slow them down.
That's a frustrating springboard in, slowed down for sure, but not over-rotates yet from Heretics. Playing quite calm towards that CT side. 2 different players now noted. They should have a good idea who's here. This early work from Woot, he's already dropped down. Both of them have, and it's a horrible surprise as Heretics ring the bells of PRX.
One enemy remaining.
And they're not stopping. It's Divide needed, and he can't do enough.
exactly as Kukuka was talking about on the desk. This is the style that Team Heretics would like to replicate. What Fnatic did yesterday. You put a bit of early pressure on them, find out where PRX are going, and then get back into the site with these retakes. And PRX just couldn't hold on. They lost 3 retakes on C, they lost 2 retakes on A. It was a nightmare. Even though they got in positions to get the plants down, they just couldn't convert. And this is going to be rattling around in their brain, because that is an exact repeat.
The fear for me is this goes beyond just the latest game. You look back to champs, you look back to those losing sour moments that have haunted these boys for a long time. It was on Lotus too. They have suffered here. And the only way to overcome this is to fight through it. Not the start they would have wanted, but they can change their fate. As PRX now look to try and do something here. Not a great deal to play with. The Frenzy and a Sheriff on the other side.
Looks like a deliberately missed smoke here. Taking something to pop out of, and Boo's got the read.
Although something able to slip ahead, should be dead here, he is. Decent enough though to get one. Heretics happy to allow them in the door.
Yeah, they've got B locked off, they can take this fight.
Jing? Divide? Did you forget who you're facing, Heretics? You can't take them lightly. So now it's down on Woot and Rien's. A swift backhand to remind you the PRX are lethal every day of the week.
Rien's has to survive, still with full
down.
util.
Oh! Okay, Batman, show me some magic here. 30 HP and 45 seconds, plenty of time. Woot on the other side. Safety found in the end, but my God, they made that one dangerous.
Incredibly so. In a manner in which was surprising, because Team Heretics felt like they completely isolated Jing on site. He just runs up on Boo, takes him out, and Devi gets played in through the smoke. This bonus round will have barely any sting whatsoever. I haven't said that. Woot with a headhunter, and they did keep an outlaw. Yeah. A little bit of disappointment there for PRX's coaching staff that they weren't able to clean up the round, but they should be able to get on the board fairly quickly.
1-3-1 beginning. Sitting passive. Again, you're looking at the purchase. See, for Heretics, it is going to be pretty calm here. This, I guess you could call it bonus. It's Woot. A slightly more passive line, that's the shoulder. You see, decent. Oh my God, seeing more than just a decent amount of progress. Dropping the body.
That's an incredible shot. Pivot through into B, though. Open doors and an easy plant. But Boo can tap this connector, throw a paranoia through, and distract for the retake. Heretics want to play for those.
Yeah, not out of the woods just yet, even on the better weaponry, so they're sending Jing forward. Putting his body on the line, and he's alone. No help coming, but he doesn't need it right now. Finally put down and traded out. It's Forsaken still alive. You're looking at the pressure on the back lines, but it's late. Boo goes down, and it looks like they've got this in hand. PRX, alive.
Pretty bad GrabNet nade combo actually there from Heretics. Didn't go deep enough into the corner to catch onto Jing and put the pressure there in heaven. But I like from PRX that they're trying to push further, deeper in the post plant. Paranoia up through heaven allows Jing to fight for that extra space. We've been making a lot about this map as it pertains to the downfall of PRX and that 9-1 loss.
Come on!
But Heretics also just got brutalized out here.
Yes.
And one of the reasons was that they couldn't hold rubble control. So PRX should, on the attack side, be able to take this space whenever they like. They can get past the GrabNet, it does nothing.
Jing straight there again, not the first time we've seen it. Their last round too. Bit of a switch up though. Benji this time playing over toward A. Looking like a committed approach thus far. Swing on the door, drawing all eyes here. Blue room picked up by Miniboo. Danger on the door drop, gotta be careful, gotta be ready, and they're not! Miniboo catching 2 unawares! You don't get to do that against him, a third as well!
Spike down
Leaving
A.
blue room painted red. Heretics leaving just 2 alive from PRX now. What can Devi and Forsaken do?
Percentage play would be to save in this spot, but Forsaken makes a play, and Devi actually with a 2K eventually shut down though. They're not going to be able to buy very well in the next. They had a couple of players with great money and a couple without any, which is why those 2 guns towards the end could have been absolutely imperative for them. And yet they've chosen not to go for that. I mean, they had minimum loss bonus as well.
So So much further.
So still might have not been enough. Heretics immediately answer back after that anti-bonus with a big round from an important player. Someone who's most likely to doubt themselves, who says their main reason for wanting to win this game is to help their brother become a champion.
Not a bad reason by any means, but Forsaken having something to say about the matter. And Boo nearly reminded to not take them too lightly either. Caught in the corner and gonna be dead. PRX.
There go the brothers. Taken out instantly. And Miniboo with an ult to boot. The Thrifties were defining in getting Heretics back into bind. And here they might offer an opportunity for PRX.
This would be dreamy for them, wouldn't it? Burt this one. Ult there for Jing if required. Devi as well. Patman. This is lovely. It's just lacking that weaponry on 2, but still, the open sight to work for.
They found this timing pretty perfectly. Question is whether you want to take a little more aggression in the post plant. This is one of those spots where I don't think you need to. You have ults, you have free space, you have a player advantage.
Spike planted.
See if they can keep it, or how long they can keep it. Quietly and cautiously. No way! PRX caught again! This is ridiculous stuff, and now something's position will be given away, as will Devi's. Something tries to stand, he falls. It's just too simple for Heretics.
The two players fighting over towards Pit go down in an instant, and one of them is Jing, who has an ult to try to stop the retake from happening. You can't be taking early duels like that if your job is to spring back in. He swings to trade Patman. Take the L, go back in with an ultimate, make them scared. Devi as well chooses not to use a Steel Garden in that situation. It just is too easy.
That's a decent buy yet, Jing. On the Judge, doesn't worry me too much. Actually going over to the Bulldog instead.
Last time Jing had a buy like this, they went for a C exec, he double blast packed into a smoke. But that was the start of the downfall.
The change up here, however. Looking to show an early interest towards that B side. Pressure door, TP out.
They can't stop the door from being opened. But it's dangerous to try to break this wall out here. From a safer position, they do break one of the smaller limbs of it, so they threaten across. Benji still with an annihilation, can put a lot of pressure and save a lot of time for rotates to come through, help to arrive. All about the ults this round to me.
Yeah, and that blue door rotation last time. Oh, it's Miniboo straight away. Can he catch him scrambling? Gonna be hard to find a target here. Might just post it towards tree, see what he finds. Oh, he's chasing this one. He wants to go further, and he finds Jing. Big scalp to claim. That's the showstopper gone. The reaction is required. Benji invests or gets the catch as well. Forsaken looking to be kidnapped. Benji trying to fall back somewhere safer. And it's just ults on ults now. Come back out though. Patman gonna find Benji before he had any say in the equation. Boom. Does work on one, but it's gonna be down to a 1v2. Wood's still alive and 2 men to find. Devi on guard duty will not let Patman fall. PRX still in this.
Heretics got so much space off the back of those ultimates. PRX battle back. They were forced to take risks. I really like the push from Patman. He goes up and around a smoke to be able to catch a backstab timing. Attempt at the outplay there from Jing.
30 seconds left.
But in the end, more of a scrap on the site, less of that standard retake setup, and PRX thrive in the chaos. Both duelists still with ultimates to play around.
Very different start though.
They've been taking these openings to the round a little slower and giving themselves options. This one might be all in.
It's going to be divided. Hard to make this work. Jing, got to make it
Onto the
over.
wall.
No, he's stuck. This is looking like a disaster. What do PRX do now? Finally making it through, but it's not going to have the same sort of punch to it, but at least they have the sight.
But all of the retakers around, putting the pressure on early. Heretics are going to be here almost as the plant goes down.
Yeah, this is very, very early. PRX will be playing on the site itself. Only one disconnected away, being Devi. Can they win out the scrap this time? No, so far they've fallen. Something goes down on the front lines. Benji rewarded Find those next steps up though. Batman replies, it's not simple stuff just yet. Forsaken sends the paranoia and gives them time to turn, but Dubai falls to Boo on the back line. That should be the pressure from Door. We can see the discomfort. Forsaken has to look left, look right. Jing still standing, Batman as well, 2v2. Batman playing it forward, it's fantastic! Great work from him. Leaving just Boo alive. Got bullets to play with. But there it is, time's gone. PRX, I mean, getting the scraps they kind of wanted.
Patman's the savior again. After the play that he made in the previous round, taking the risk, here, he's like a turret, just cemented in his position, annihilating Heretics retakers as they come in. And if he hadn't put on a performance like that, I don't think there's a chance that PRX would stand. Look at these shots.
Just about everywhere, wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, the fight on Miniboo is difficult to hit as well. He's flying out on a big wide swing. PRX desperately needed that one, and I don't really like the way that they approached it. It was very all in. Jing got stuck. They needed a hero, and Patman, the newest player to the roster, was him.
Might be the cure to their woes, but a challenge is Boo. Feeling brave and up to the fight, but he gets found by something. A quick reaction from PRX. As Heretics throwing everything on the line here. Hold on, 3 ends. Not bad at all, but not good enough. PRX gonna survive through the storm.
What a crazy fight to take. Heretics throw down their deadlock wall and PRX just press their noses up against it. Faces against the glass, shooting bullets through it. But the first serious attempt here that we're seeing for Team Heretics to try to win a rubble fight. And even with their utility, finding some level of value, they still lose it. And this is what was killing their defense side against Giants. And they're still not finding any value in this area of the map. PRX can take rubble whenever they want.
Looks to be exploited again. This won't be the first nor the last. Is there anything now to stop them? Jing again, making this look oh so simple. Woot though, looking to try and find the players behind. Stays just that second longer, but will have to fall away. They are fast to this.
Looks like they might want to pivot through the blue room.
There.
Got Patman with an ultimate to give them information and take away audio cues on B.
Oh, look at this paranoia. Didn't quite get around the corner in time, but Boo still going to be standing guard. It's Jing's paint shell to do the damage and a great follow-up. Cracking in towards the B site, the plant looking likely. No ult to be able to bank on for Heretics, so plant in play. It's a 3v5.
You can't lose control of this one. And in fact, Heretics look like they might just be giving it up. That's the kind of round that PRX never put together, not one single time against Fnatic. They tried a B pivot only once, and they didn't even have anyone coming from the other direction. Here, it's perfectly synced up between Patman and the players coming through Blue Room. The value from the ultimate, the nade kill, the prowlers in your face, the timing is all put together. A much better performance here, showing that they've learned the lessons of that catastrophic failure yesterday.
Learning quickly, it hasn't been much time between. These are still fresh wounds. But able to adjust this well here is a fantastic sign for them. Taking the lead up to 5. Heretics going to be asked a couple of questions now. Can they adapt back? Can they find a way to handle this? Those opening forays, those opening moves from PRX are starting to look good here. Starting to look a bit more comfortable.
Well, they've also put pressure on the Heretics economy, which means that they can't go towards something like an Odin as easily. The
big adjustment here, and it could be a brawl right off the rip. Looking for that Seize nade combo. PRX have to be on guard here. Leaving it a second. And now the commitment. Scramble, get away. Patman gonna take a lot of damage.
How did he live?
I have no idea. I actually have no idea how he got away with that one. But they did lose one in the process. Forsaken did go down.
Forsaken's having a bit of a rough game here, 3 and 8. Trying to focus on calling a better squad.
Ooh, but that's not bad at all. This pivot towards B has been a great get out of jail free card for them. And a good fact finder looking a little bit deeper there and sending Rienz away barely alive. I like this from something a bit audacious, sure. You need something to secure you this comfortable post-plant, but his teammate's fallen, and the aim's messy, a rarity to say, as Boo battling back for the boys. Just Devi and Patman, the two who've been exceptional for PRX to this point.
The push from Patman is really nice. Threw a Seize to block off the waterfall players and now goes up towards Boo.
It's going to be somewhat behind them, and Device still standing strong. Rienz was the walking wounded earlier. And again, the danger duo doing exactly what PRX need, leading by example in this game.
Sick 4v5 round from PRX, exactly what they needed. Great adjustments in a post-plant setup, looking to go forwards always. Whether it's something, and yeah, you're right, it was a bit sloppy on the aim, or whether it's Patman putting resistance in one area, then sprinting into another. I've been really impressed with Patman so far. I think he is stepping up just when his team needs to stay in the tournament, to make it to the big arena, play under the brightest lights. And another massive rubble fight. Team Heretics have not won one yet.
Oh, going back in repetition, hoping for a different outcome this time. And it's noted, Miniboo going to be considered here, and it's on a weaker purchase, even harder to make count. Divide has been monstrous. Massive impact.
Sick punish onto Woot. A low buy round for Heretics. So Divide probably not incentivized to use his ult in this one. But he's created such an opportunity for his team to go over towards C.
Oh, it's wonderful to see for Divide. Again, this team is filled with superstars. Hard to pick one from the litter, but again, he is having a moment here. Heretics going to try and make this count. Those weaker weapons, Stingers, Sheriffs, odds and ends. Patman on duty, on site, not allowing much of a look back here.
I'd like to see somebody doubled up with Patman. He might end up getting double, triple swung in this spot. And yeah, they go for the high-low, something underneath.
Not bad, but the paranoia is sharp. It's in the right place. Going to force them to try and flee. Take him back towards water. Horn goes in, Flash comes out. A bit of a trade-out, gets messy. Boo going to find his connection towards Jing. But still, that backline is there. Divide part of it, still firing. Forsaken! It's PRX finding stability. It has been an explosive round.
We go into the final one of the half. PRX with a massive ultimate to be able to play around that Steel Garden online for Divide, who's got 14 kills across the 11 we've played so far. He and Patman have been imperative to this level of success. And I think Heretics need to be able to put another on the board. They finally get the Odin out to play, positioning it over towards Tree.
No, they have.
But it may be Woot who finds that early contact. PRX looking for a mount default again.
The pressure now. Shot does not connect as he'd dream. Has to fall away here. A real predicament. There's no further investigation from PRX. Happy to leave it at that.
They've got massive ults. Jing with that mount control gets himself an ult orb, showstopper online. And Woot knew where he was going. He was pre-aiming for that jump. Just couldn't land the shot. Wasn't quite sharp enough. Odin v Odin. Who can get more value? You don't normally see Benji pull one out. How practiced is he with it?
We also wanted the support as well from a similar character of what Kayak was doing, right?
Yeah.
Get that support system in place. As it stands a bit on his own, you can see that Miniboo is getting a bit closer here. Maybe this is the combination we were waiting for, playing behind the smoke, sent scrambling by the paint shell. They are still stepping this way. Miniboo going to be forced away. Paranoia coming in. Still Garden coming out as well. It's Benji playing this calm though.
He's still got the ult to be able to play around.
It's a worrying sound to hear. What a shot! Rienz, you are out of your mind! The 4 HP ain't much to be writing home about. PRX still alive and breathing, still on the site.
Who's next?
An incredible recovery after essentially aimbot comes out from Rienz. A 3v3, but the spike can't go down. 10 seconds. Forsaken's got to create an opportunity.
10 seconds left.
Trying. It's on Miniboo. Oh, the wide run from something. As Boo has to face this on his own. A 1v3. It's so much to ask of one man. And PRX have got to be feeling this now. Checks behind, nothing there. We can see where they reside. Oh, and he doesn't even get a look in. 8-4. Have they done enough for you? Is this enough after what we saw before?
It feels like it, doesn't it? After 7 rounds in a row, they are the ones with momentum. This double kill from Rienz is spectacular, and yet they're the only players who drop. PRX with perfection in the rest.
It's all possible. We'll be back after the half.
Why are we pushing? Man!
can't turn up when it matters. There's only one outcome. But the chance is still there. 4 rounds is enough, but it's not a lot. They've got to come out swinging here.
Woot looking to try and take some space as something holds down on Mound alone. And he's the defender that's going to get pressured early on. Still with a gate crash, opens the door. That would be the timing to try to get the fight on him.
Leaving that quite late. And this man's dangerous from this position, but look at the damage he just took.
Yeah, big headshot, C-site open, and Woot always with an option to return back in that direction. This would be so bold to take a peek here on 3 HP.
You just can't. You just can't. You're going to have to kill up the site. Heretics, they take, I don't want to say full control, they don't quite have that CT security yet.
Nade, Haunt, Paranoia, so many tools for PRX to flood.
They're going back in, they want this back. You don't get to take this away from us. And Divide loves it. It's Rian still alive though, barely, 10 HP. Woot's still here, but that spike is deep within control of PRX. Oh, but a gift from the gods! Patman turns around and is back on! Rian's desperate to do it for the boys! But Jing on the other side, a big 1v1 toying with him. But Jing still standing his ground, 2 bullets. More than enough. He's got it, Jing! Stands bold! Against Woot, against PRX, a critical round.
The game plan here for PRX is what eventually gets them the win. They are so ready to go for that C retake with massive amounts of utility. As the plan, as the push is coming in, it does get very scrappy in the final moments because Rian makes that insane play, the read to go and push Waterfall. But it's devastating. That's the 8th round in a row here, lost for Heretics. And that's how they're going to be thinking about it. Not that PRX have earned it, but that they have failed to capitalize.
This is devastating stuff for Heretics. Going to be feeling every second of this. Probably going to have to suffer through this one as well. Facing 10 rounds against you more than likely. Slowed down on approach towards B, but a chance. Beanie Boo on his own, waiting for that wall to drop. There's no help coming, yet at least. There's something going to lean into the matter. A little bit of a flash and a little bit of a push. Sets up Forsaken, finds another. PRX on the hunt. Desperate to close down on Benji, who is on the run. A 1v4 needed. Howard near on double his kills here. But he does get past the first. The second, a chance. Oh, he's fighting hard for this. Giving it everything he's got. And a chance again, 2 more bullets. He falls. PRX fighting for this. But Heretics not going down without a fight.
It's a great try from Benji, who hasn't really been able to find his value in this match so far. He'll be looking for moments like that to stamp his mark on the game. But as the game stands, as the map stands, down by 6, with 9 rounds in a row, lost here. And PRX, at least, with a bad bye. Heretics must win this one. If they have any hope of being able to continue into the Accor Arena, they need this round. Could be a brawl over here on Mound as well. Heretics looking to default in that kind of area.
Shadows traveling.
PRX looking to be disruptive, looking to do what they do best, get under the skin. God! Forsaken! Fantastic stuff here.
Well, you have to be ready for that play. It's one that PRX runs on their light buy rounds so often. And Heretics, in the midst of the chaos, forget.
We'll be remembering, though, to catch Defy on that little bit of a peak, however. So at least a small bit of silver lining to be had. But it ain't much. That's not bad, though. Trying to force Forsaken away.
Benji played for the Orb, Annihilation online, after his great attempt in the Eco previously. But they may need that ultimate to be able to get through. 2 Guardians and a rifle on the other side. And something on a very deep line at Rubble. The flash, by the way, put on the floor from Divide, not available for them in this round, but usually their big key to getting back into retakes.
The impact of that missing now.
Yeah, and no Paranoia for Forsaken, so this is going to be a tougher retake than usual on B.
Great for Heretics, they need something like this. Still got to keep these boys quiet, keep them cool. Something getting curious. We saw he was the one pushed up towards Rubble. Doesn't get the shot he wanted. Benji, good work. Fat Men gonna find a reaction though and start making this feel dangerous. It's a 3v2 suddenly. The ult has got to catch. It's what they needed to maybe make this feel equal, but Rien's now starting to feel pressured against the odds again. Rien's has to go above and beyond here. He can't do it alone. And PRX look untouchable.
Forsaken has robbed them, jumping into the smoke with the classic up. That was a straight up 1v1. The Annihilation had caught onto his teammate. Set up by this Flash Hawk combo for the first. That a set play, the rest,
One enemy.
excellent.
Last player standing.
God,
And
look
the
at that.
push into Riens, who's been, again, the consistent pillar for Heretics. Forsaken can feel it. This is a complete reversal of what happened to PRX yesterday. They are in control. They have the momentum. Heretics against the ropes.
Will only take a couple more punches and it might be knockout. Heretics literally back to the wall, but come out swinging. Forsaken still standing though.
Down A.
The master of their disaster in just the previous. They do much more. It's Batman this time. They all want to go at it. Heretics can't breathe right now. It's simply sensational from PRX. 12 rounds to their name, barely touched.
It's incredible the heights that you can get from both of these teams, but we knew it at the beginning, both capable of those mental collapses too. It's extraordinary that we haven't had more one-sided maps in this series, actually. With that being the identity of both squads, but here it's a smackdown. Heretics can't breathe. The pressure, the bright lights, too much. And 4 Guardians. Barely a sniff of hope.
The last chance here for Heretics. Do you want to go down like this? Barely with a whimper. PRX foot on the throat at this point. Not making it towards side, but in their way, Divide. Been brilliant. Unison with him, not alone, something there. Stands his ground. Gonna be hunted though. Something. So much pressure on him. Miniboo gonna take away Divide. This is not the same sort of start here. Heretics putting everything into this.
PRX fast on this flank though, gobbling up all of the space behind. So despite the fact they're in a 4v5, plenty of chances to close things out here.
Certainly could. TP back to Boo, trying to find some safety. The map gets smaller. PRX smothering them alive. Heretics cannot breathe. It's all on Benji. And what can one man do? Absolutely nothing. PRX, masters of their own fate.